What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Bit of Footy YouTube channel. Today we are running through my round 5 tips. I believe it's round 5 at the moment. Yes, it's round 5 coming into round 5. Last round I had an absolute horror show. I only got 3 out of 9 tips correct, and I'm only on 18 points, and I am literally last in my own tipping competition. So I am last place. The first place leader, Pocket Tiger, has 24 points and got 6 out of 9 last weekend. So congratulations on that accomplishment, Pocket Tiger. But yeah, that's the leader. But in second place is 23 points, and in third place is well, there's a lot of 23 points, there's a lot of 22 points, so it's very close at the top, and then there's just me on 18 points right at the bottom. So it's not looking too well for me at the moment, but hopefully things can change as the season goes on, fingers crossed. But without further ado, let's get straight into my round 5 tips. First game of the week is the Lions taking on my Pies, and I really wish it wasn't. Obviously I've tipped the Lions in this one. The Lions are just obviously the better looking team this season than the Pies. I feel like we're going to give it a good effort, but the Lions will just be too good. It's either going to go, we're going to give it a good effort and the Lions will be too good, or the Lions will just be too good and we'll get smashed by 50 plus points. So it's either going to go that way. Either way, I still feel like the Lions are going to win. They have a much better side than us. We've got so many outs this week that it really hurt us. We've got Ginnivan out. We've got now Maya check out as well. So that sucks as well. And yeah, so no Jamie Elliott as well as the other player I was looking for. So it's going to be a tough week to see how we do. Our forward lines is going to look really tall. Probably going to bring in Cox, Kruger, and Darcy Cameron will probably still be in the side as well. So I'm interested to see if we, have the 3 talls. But yeah, at the moment it's not looking too good, and yeah, I think the Lions are going to win this one. Next up is the Marvel Stadium Good Friday game between North Melbourne and the Dogs. I'm going to go the Dogs in this one. Was impressed though with how North Melbourne played last week. Only lost by, I think it was 11 points in Sydney. They really gave it a go. The young ROOS side. They almost won the game. They were very impressive, but obviously the Swans were too good. On the other hand, not very impressed with how the Dogs performed against the Tigers, but I think they're going to come back this week and get the job done over the ROOS. Convincingly, I don't know. I feel like it could be a close one, but either way, I think the Dogs should get the job done. But if they can't, bit of alarms going off in the coach's box at the Doggies. So this could definitely be a slip-up game like, Carlton Gold Coast was last week where the Blues slipped up. This could definitely be a slip-up game for the Dogs, but I don't think it's going to be. I think I'm going to go with the Dogs to win this one. Next, we have the Eagles taking on the Swans at Optus Stadium. Interesting game, this one. Obviously, no Buddy Franklin to run right at Optus Stadium like he normally does. I still think that the Swans are going to win this one. Even though I was really impressed with the Eagles last week, I got to witness it firsthand against my Pies. Jeez, Riley West absolutely dominated in the midfield. His speed was unbelievable. Really helped the Eagles to win that one. Obviously, Willie Rioli and Darling was another factor in the win over the Pies last week for the Eagles. But I just feel like the Swans, even though they didn't perform to their 100% best last week, are still going to be good enough to get the job done over in Perth. It's a 50-50 game, really, because if the Eagles get a few players back, you never know. But I'm just going to be safe and go the Swannies. Then we have the Saturday games kicking off with the Saints taking on the Suns. I'm going to go the Saints in this one. Very impressed with how they performed over the Hawks. I even tipped the Hawks because I thought the Hawks' speed was going to be too good. But geez, the Saints' midfield and forward line connection was on point in that game. Bradley Hill as well. How about him just kicking 5 against the old side? But everything just really worked well for the Saints last week. Max King, Tim Membry, Gresham, everything. Paddy Ryder as well. Even though he got suspended, he still played a good game. So everyone was just playing a good game for the Saints last week. And if they can bring that momentum against the Suns, they could cause absolute havoc at Marvel Stadium. So I'm going to go the Saints to win that one. Then we have an interesting one at the Adelaide Oval. It's the Crows taking on the Tigers. Now the Tigers had a very good win on the weekend against the Dogs. The Crows just couldn't get over the line against the Bombers, but they played a really, really good game. Taylor Walker back in the side, kicking 4 goals. It's an interesting match, this one. Even though the Tigers look really good against the Dogs, they seem to have something where they just beat the Dogs every year, or well, most years. But then, you know, that doesn't conclude to anything. You can beat the Dogs and blah, blah, blah. And it seems to be the way with Richmond. They seem to beat the Dogs, but then go on to have a 50-50 run after that. So I feel like it's going to occur in this game. And I feel like the Crows are going to beat the Tigers at the Adelaide Oval. The home crowd's going to get into it. I think it's going to be a close one. It's a twilight game at the Adelaide Oval. Should be a ripper, but yeah, I'm going to go the Crows. I feel like Rochelle, Walker in the forward line could really dominate. If Himmelberg gets up and about, you never know. And yeah, I feel like the Crows are going to cause a bit of an upset here at the Adelaide Oval over the Tigers. Then we have the D's taking on the Giants at the MCG. Gonna go the D's in this one to get the job done. Geez, the Giants were, well, they weren't, you know, not impressive, but they were just a bit average last week against the Dockers. But that's, you know, nothing to take away from the Dockers in that one. The Dockers played really well, as we all saw. But yeah, at the MCG, the D's home ground, you feel like the D's will get the job done. Most tippers have went the D's to win. It is 99% to 1% on ESPN tippings. And yeah, I'm going to go with the 99% on this one and say the D's will get the job done to continue their run on 5-0. Then it's a 1:40 MCG game between the Blues and the Power on the Sunday afternoon. Blues slipping up, no Crips in the side this week. Could this be a danger game? Absolutely could be. The Power looking for a win. They haven't started the season very well. Got no wins out of the first few weeks. Looking for one. Could this be a game? Could this be the game where they finally get it? It really could be, but after all that talk, I'm going to go the Blues. I think the Blues are going to answer back from last week. Had an absolute horror show against the Suns. Their midfield absolutely got dominated to the point where they had to put Jack Silvani in the midfield, and he actually did alright in the midfield. He competed well. Didn't help their cause though. They still got done by 30 points against the Suns. But I feel like at the MCG, in front of the Blues faithful, they're going to show up this week and beat the Power at the MCG, causing the Power to go 0-5. Really doesn't help Port Adelaide to lose Ollie Wines this week as well. So yeah, gonna go the Blues in this one. Essendon versus FREO. Another tough game on the Sunday afternoon, and the tipping percentages aren't helping me to choose either. It's 53% to 47%. Really impressed with how the Dockers performed last weekend, but I was also impressed with how the young Essendon side stood up last weekend as well. It's a 50-50 game, but I'm going to go the Dockers in this one. I just feel like the Dockers are going to just come out of this one alive. I think it's going to be a very close contest at Marvel Stadium. It's going to be a bit like Essendon Adelaide, I reckon. But I think the Dockers are going to be too good of a side and going to continue their climb. They're going to continue their climb up, continue their momentum. They had a really good performance against GWS. They're coming up against a young side in the Bombers. And yeah, I think the Dockers are going to get the job done at Marvel Stadium. They're going to come out firing. Brayshaw, Mundy's back. He played a good game last week, Mundy as well. So yeah, I think the Dockers are going to get it done at Marvel Stadium. Last game of the week is at the MCG. It's the Easter Monday ritual, the Easter Monday traditional clash between the Hawks and the Cats. The Cats been impressive for the last 2 weeks, and I was really impressed with them on Friday night against the Lions in that seesawing affair. And yeah, I'm going to go the Cats in this one to get the job done. Geez, the Hawks, they looked a bit lackluster against the Saints. That's not to say that this week they won't come out, trying. They won't come out, I reckon the Hawks will give up a fight, basically is what I'm trying to say. I reckon they're going to really fight in this game. But the Cats, they're just too good. That Cameron is firing up. Hawkins is firing up as well. All their small forwards are doing very well, and that forward handball that they've implemented into their game plan is working a treat. So yeah, I'm going to go the Cats to win this one at the MCG to close out the Easter weekend. Far out. Anyway guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you sometime soon. Cheers.